Colorado Saddlery was founded in 1945. Over the last 69 years, they have expanded to sell not only saddles, but tack, bits, spurs, pack equipment, saddle maker supplies, and much, much more. Colorado Saddlery products are carried in fine saddle and tack retailers throughout the West and the world. Lifetime cowboy Matt Wassam is the president of Colorado Saddlery, and he is the real deal, spends way more time in the saddle than in a desk chair.
It does keep you close to the equipment that we're building, because you might think of something, slight improvement, or having the ability to take some of the equipment that we're building out.
Matt and his wife Leslie Wassam run the Colorado Saddlery and are fulfilling a long-time dream.
He's such a great cowboy. He's so passionate about agriculture. He's not a guy that, thinks about horses or, he knows everything about horses. He's been riding since he was a boy. He has the background, the history, the knowledge, and he's out there every day doing it.
It was the idea of Colorado Saddlery owners Kim and Lori Harburg to bring the Wassams into the business, to make a dream foursome of horse people at the helm of the company.
We're doing what we love. We live the business. We go out and ride horses. We're not just four people that have no idea about what is behind horseback riding and what's behind, ranching and stuff like that. We're living it every day.
Welcome to a Colorado Saddlery Board of Directors meeting, as the horse has a say in the meeting also. This is how they plan their business strategies, checking out the horse riding equipment they manufacture in real-life situations.
Just another day at the office, and it was all good.
The old adage, right? If you love what you do, you never have to work a day in your life, and that seems to be kind of fitting here, especially with Matt and with Leslie. And to be out, in the foothills of the Colorado Rockies and riding a horse and chasing cows, it brought back my, Cartwright days when I was a kid watching Bonanza.
Matt Wassam bought his first Colorado Saddlery saddle when he was 15 years old in 1990. The Wassam family has a strong cowboy lineage, with their brand dating back to 1880.
He lives and breathes. Not only does Matt is he able to talk the talk, but he walks the walk. He's a rancher. He's a rider. He's a roper. He's a rodeo guy. He kind of does it all. Plus, he's a sharp business guy, and above all that, he's just a really passionate guy. He loves what he does.
He gets up every day and he's ready to go. He comes home at night and he's still thinking about it. And when we're relaxing and I look over, and if he's on his iPad, he's looking at saddles, he's looking at pads, he's thinking about things, and it's, he's so passionate about it. He doesn't have to, he's doing what he loves. He doesn't have to turn it on and off. He just is loving every minute of it, and it's refreshing to see somebody in a job that they just really love doing at every moment.
It's what he is. He is the Colorado Saddlery, and he just 24/7, 365. That's what he's thinking about. The saddlery. He's thinking about the products. How does he make them better? How does he help customers in different ways? And what can we add to make our company a better service to our customers?
It's a match made in cowboy heaven a cowboy with bloodlines that trace back to the inception of the cowboy, and a legendary saddle company with historic ties to the Old West.
You know, Colorado Saddlery has a legacy. There's nothing quite like working for a company that has been around for 70-something years. You know, we've got a great reputation of building very long-lasting saddles. In fact, it's probably one of our biggest challenges. You know, people don't need to buy a saddle very often, once in a lifetime or twice in a lifetime, and it's a lot of fun to talk to people who are riding their grandfather's saddle. He rode 4 or 5 days a week, and the thing still holds together well. Might need a new latigo strap once in a while. You know, years ago, a cowboy or cowgirl would walk up to a saddle and pick it up, and if it was really heavy, that meant it was a high-quality saddle. And in today's world, with some of the composites and some of the new materials that we're able to incorporate into saddles like Kevlar, we're able to produce just as strong a saddle that maybe weighs almost half as much. And our consumers, some of our consumers, really appreciate having a saddle that only weighs 23 or 24 pounds.
So what will serve the customers the best? The old tried and true products or the ones using new technology?
We're going to continue to make the tried and true Colorado Saddlery saddles that we've been building for a lot of years. And in addition to that, our new Pro Series of saddles, which have new designs, some of the new styles people are looking for, and some of the timed event saddles that people are looking for rodeo saddles, are just a few of the examples of some of the things that we are now building at Colorado Saddlery.
What could be better? The latest materials combined with the legendary look and feel.
Yeah, today we have composite materials that we're incorporating into trees. We have Kevlar materials that we're incorporating into riggings. And we're able to produce a saddle that may weigh 10 to 20 pounds less than the same saddle did 35 years ago.
Colorado Saddlery has always given the trail rider many solid choices.
The trail rider wants a saddle that's very comfortable, close contact to their horse, long lasting, and light. Those are the parameters. The other thing that I think trail riders are looking for is a saddle that has some features to it. For example, we build a trail saddle that has connection points incorporated to facilitate attaching horn bags and saddle bags that are sort of click and plug and play, if you will. They are also looking for a saddle that fits their horse. When you're riding a horse 20 or 30 miles a day, several days in a row, you really do need a saddle that fits your horse extremely well. And so we're trying to incorporate some new saddle fitting tools into some of the discussions that we're having with clients, and making sure that we're putting trees inside of our saddles that are specifically made for different body types of horses.
With Matt's experience with his cattle and being a roping competitor, a high priority was given to roping saddles.
We've partnered with some other companies and some designers to design some of the best team roping and timed event saddles money can buy. They have Herman oak leather, high quality American-made trees. They're light, which is again very important for timed event saddles. And I think we may be building some of the finest timed event saddles, barrel racing, calf roping, team roping, and steer wrestling saddles, maybe in the industry today.
Although Colorado Saddlery is steeped in history, they have their fingers on the pulse of today's horse world. Western dressage integrates the historical validated principles of dressage with the best of Western stock horse tradition.
So one of the other real needs in the market is some of the emerging interests in the horse space include Western dressage. Turns out there's a lot of folks interested in Western dressage riding. And so we're building a very light Western dressage saddle that features some unique features. For example, it's super close contact. In fact, it has stirrup leathers that are only 2 inches, so it feels a little bit like an English dressage saddle, except for that it's in a Western style. It also has a composite tree, producing a super light saddle, very close contact, we've taken some of the technologies that have been used in cutting saddles, which are historically known for being very close contact, and we've adapted those to a Western dressage saddle. So we're very excited about that.
With all of this innovation about what's new, Colorado Saddlery has always been the go-to saddle company for packing and mules, and they're expanding their selections.
You know, we look across the country, there are a lot of people that enjoy riding mules for good reasons. I mean, they're sort of hard to beat for some of the mountain trail riding and rugged country. And one of the things we learned was that in the mule space, there's a real need for a semi-custom, super high quality, long-lasting saddle. In the 1950s, Colorado Saddlery developed a tree specifically made for mules that just happens to fit mules' backs very, very well. And we're taking that, incorporating it with some of our new styles and new technologies to produce a light mule trail saddle.
Stay tuned, Equestrian Nation will be back after this.
Classic cowboy gear never goes out of style. Since 1945, the Colorado Saddlery Company has been crafting authentic working saddles and tack. John Wayne rode his way to his only Oscar in a Colorado Saddlery saddle in the movie True Grit. Designed with attention and care for the horse and rider's comfortable fit. Every detail matters. It's timeless Old West style with modern day comfort. The Colorado Saddlery Company also offers a full line of riding goods. If trendy bling isn't your thing, be part of a trend that's been going on since the 1800s and never ends. Working cowboy gear from the Colorado Saddlery Company. For more information, go to coloradosaddlery.com.
With saddles and tack, bits, spurs, and pack equipment in their product line, lifetime cowboy Matt Wassam has used his experience and years of riding all over the country to select the best of the best for them to sell. Matt's goal is to continue Colorado Saddlery's traditions while modernizing the designs and fashions in horse tack saddles and equipment.
It's critical that I think as one of the individuals that's helping to design some of our tack, you know, I find it to be a real pleasure to be able to work with horse people and cattlemen all over the country that have some great ideas. You know, it's really interesting. You get around cowboys and their geography says that where they live and where they're cowboying typically has a big influence on the type of equipment that they're using. You go to the Great Basin and you've got what we call flat hat cowboys that ride a lot of wade saddles and use some tools that maybe you go to the Midwest or you go to the Southwest and it's quite a little different cross-section of equipment that we use. So it's been one of the luxuries of being in the cattle business and around everyday working cowboys is to be able to take from each of them some ideas that we're incorporating into the cross-section of equipment and products that we're building at Colorado Saddlery.
We know that listening to customers and coming up with products that they want too, we understand where they're coming from and can really put ourselves in their position and know exactly what they're talking about.
Matt and his wife, Leslie Wassam, were both raised in an agricultural setting. These deep-rooted values eventually became the magnet that brought them together.
You know, seeing him ride a horse and, you know, have his values and morals and be the person that he is, it was really refreshing to meet somebody like him.
Besides values, maybe it had something to do with Leslie's beauty and Matt's maverick good looks, along with his rugged ranching skills.
I mean, there's nothing sexier than a man that's riding a horse and, you know, taking charge of an animal and can command that, and not only that, but command a dog on the ground and move cattle at the same time. It's very impressive.
That floats your boat.
It definitely floats my boat.
And the boat went down the river and floated into a lovely marriage and 2 children.
I want to raise our kids around agriculture. I think it's really important that kids understand what their roots are. And it's something that we're passionate about. There's nothing quite like having a long week and getting on a horse and going up and checking cattle, or during calving season, seeing all these little babies run around. It kind of gets in your blood, and my family fortunately sacrifices a little time, but overall we really enjoy it.
The Wassams have never shied away from hard work, and they hope their children will be instilled with the same work ethic. They believe that horses have a lot to do with that.
And I think it's been proven that horseback riding and getting involved in agriculture, it very much teaches people to believe in themselves. It teaches them to have confidence. It teaches them to get back in the saddle and to ride again and to not give up. And a lot of times, especially in these times, kids are allowed to quit and they're allowed not to have that value. And when you're involved in agriculture and involved with horseback riding, there's just a motto that you get up and you get back in the saddle. And so for my kids, having that value, that we don't quit, we see through what we're doing, and not only that, but to build that in themselves, that they can do something, is very important for any child.
There's a certain kind of comfort level with folks who have genuine Western values in their DNA. It's an understanding that they mean what they say and do what they say. Plain talk. And that's the backbone of the 4 people that make Colorado Saddlery so successful.
I just couldn't be more excited for Matt and Leslie joining us at the Saddlery. They both have wonderful ideas. They love the people, the Western heritage, and they're just great to work with.
I think when a guy's having fun with the people he works with and having fun in the company that he works for, I think you just end up doing a better job, because you just are more productive when you're having a good time. And there's no, God, I can't wait for 5 o'clock so I can get home. It's just, hey, I can't wait for Monday morning so we can get together and talk about some more things, because I've got a lot of ideas I thought about over the weekend, and I know Matt's going to have some things he wants to share, and it's just more fun to be at work than to not be at work. When we get together, we're having fun, but we're also talking about, hey, what did you think of that saddle? What did you think of that headstall? What did you think of this? What if we add this product or that product? And so we can have fun and just goof off together, and at the same time, we're doing business. So it's, how do you beat that in life?
Since 1945, the leaders of Colorado Saddlery have passed on their strong dedication and passion for quality to the next generation of leadership, a kind of handshake that says, it's your turn, and we're counting on you to remember the past and build the future. Their legacy has always been do the right thing and make us proud. A challenge, but easy for these 4 who say, this is not work, it's who we are.